People quite often ask me how we got started. I'm actually very proud to say that we had no family money. I started with $100 and my wife was the rich one. She had $200. No, she didn't give me the 200, she just had 200. She was the rich one, she had twice as much as I had, yeah. I studied agricultural science and agricultural engineering as well. Had a lovely research project and played volleyball at lunchtime and wore a brown cardigan with those leather patches on the sleeves. But I had a passion to operate a business and have the opportunity to actually purchase a wholesale fuel operation. I'd known Paul Crawford for many years.
I first met Greg probably around 20 years ago, actually through the community and through his trucking business.
Paul had identified one of his key mechanics as being a possible manager and marketer, a fellow called Brian Haller. And he said he wants to talk to you about Volvo Trucks.
Well, I actually rang him in 1996 and sadly he didn't ring me back until 1998.
It generally wasn't too hard to get through my PA to myself, but because this guy was such a pest, I particularly thought I wouldn't bother with him.
It was like a date, you know, when you try and take a girl out and you just keep calling her but she never calls back, but eventually she will.
I agreed to buy 2 twin-steer Volvo trucks. In our particular case, in our fuel division, it started off as an outback fuel operation and we had very, very rough roads and very difficult circumstances, and Volvo responded to the needs that we have. Volvo stay with the customer, they listen to the customer. Through that process, Brian Haller became a very good friend and we went on to buy many, many Volvos. There's generally 3 people that have had some kind of influence on your own career. What I've decided to do is really be one of those 3 people for as many people in the world that I can be.
He's been a mentor to me, and I've got to say, if Greg says something, you want to listen, and you want to listen pretty carefully.
I'm passionate about building things from scratch and never giving up. Built my first yacht when I was 17.
This is where Greg's incredible competitive spirit really comes to the fore. He's a much better sailor than I. He reminds me of that from time to time.
In the mid-90s, I purchased my first keel boat and I had a crew of 15. I decided to do something that hadn't really been done before, take a 53-footer and set it up for two-handed sailing where there's just 2 of us on the boat. So we put water ballast on it and put a lot of electronic winches on it.
It's absolutely fantastic, to be honest with you. He presses a button and it does everything for you. It's a quite nice thing on the front, and just when it's time to change sides, we're off.
Over the years, we, like most organisations, have supported charities with donations. What we decided to do a few years ago is where we actually identify someone in the community that is very good at what they do, but they've, for whatever stresses and strains in their life, they can't actually achieve their vision. When we were building extensions to our river home, the carpenter had been doing work on the project and he was passionate about wanting to become a builder, but he could never find enough time off to be able to go and do his training. So we tapped him on the shoulder and made him the offer. When he went off to become trained as a builder, he would invoice us as if he was working for us. The deal we had with him is all he had to do was study hard, and then after 3 years he finished his course and he became a builder. And that's an example of what we do.
For a guy that started with $100, he knows how hard it is. He doesn't like to talk about it, but Greg and Carol have set up a school in Cambodia. He's doing children's books, he's doing mentoring books, he's mentoring people, he's going to charities. He's just giving back to the community what they've given to him. So, fantastic.
Greg's really part philosopher and very happy to share with you his view of the world. It's a world that really, where everyone's equal, and a world where there are really no boundaries to what people can achieve. And that's why he is a true visionary.